Dang it. What is going on, YouTube? Parker the Basshead here. The Ruckus and Chill show was a ton of fun yesterday, but y'all, we had some casualties as far as the Sequoia is concerned, so gonna show y'all that. Let's get into it. Y'all, the show was a ton of fun, but we broke some stuff, including some stuff back here I'm gonna show y'all. But first, I'm gonna go over the couple of good things that didn't break that I was afraid might. And also at the end of this video, I'm gonna show y'all a bunch of the demos I gave out and all the demos that I got as well, so stay tuned for those. Now, the show was an absolute blast. Met a ton of really awesome people. Gave out tons of demos, and I mean tons, and I got a bunch as well. It was an absolute thrill meeting each and every one of you. Y'all, if y'all got a demo or if you gave me a demo, it was awesome to meet you. Thank you so much. Now, overall, this system itself did absolutely awesome. There are some things that I think I improved this year that helped, so let me show y'all some of that real quick. First off, this headway bank was awesome, guys. We stayed in the 13s, dipped down into the higher 12s most of the time. Also, the subs did great. Figured out so long as I did not clip, they had absolutely no problems. Again, guys, I gave out tons and tons of demos, and they really didn't smell. Once or twice they smelled when I really pushed them, and I did clip it a little bit, but so long as there was no clipping, they did fine. What I'm really excited about is these tar amps. At every single big show I've ever been to, I have had some sort of amp issue, normally with the amp, just something to do with it overheating. For this show, I installed these little cheap fans that I got from Amazon, and y'all, I think to an extent, that was my saving grace. I got out multiple times, checked these things. They actually stayed nice and cool. And again, I think that really helped. Also, these doors, even though they don't look necessarily incredible, they held up just fine. Had no issues there, and I actually got some exciting stuff to use with them. First off, I met the owner of Custom Speaker Pods. He gave me a bunch of 6.5-inch grills to try out with my speakers. Got a bunch of different designs. He said he wants me to put them on there, and he wants me to really test them, kick them, hit them with a hammer, whatever I want to do just to see how well they actually protect these speakers. So we'll do that here in a future video. But that being said, regardless, all the speakers, absolutely fine. Fortunately, nobody did kick them or damage them, so everything here was good. Another thing that did great was this JP 23.4 amp. Just did awesome all day long of demoing. Again, never had any issues, no static, no engine whine. This thing has been awesome. All right, first thing we at least sort of broke, my headlight right here. Fortunately, it's not too bad though. It just shook out the tab that was holding that in, so we'll fix that easy enough. No, I don't have one of those little tabs to stick in it, at least not that I can find. So I just got a little screw that's about the right size. We're just gonna kind of shove it in there and hope it works. Next thing I broke were some screws. Now all these subs did totally fine, except this guy right here. I must not have tightened it down because it was able to move a little bit, and it ended up busting all the screws, or at least most of them. Of course, I was just using these cheap little wood screws. Anyway, came up, busted the screws, so this thing was hopping over here like crazy. So I just pulled out the bad ones, pulled out a couple from a couple of these, screwed it down, and it was fine the rest of the night. Also, for people asking in the last video, I zip tied this guy up over here so it would not get close to these, because definitely didn't want anything to short out. Now the tabs on this thing have been broken for actually a couple years, but everybody comes up and thinks it just broke that day. It in fact did not. All right, now for the worst part, or at least two parts. Obviously this back hatch took the worst beating out of everything. My glass actually came off the track, so I can't get it all the way back up. Now, normally I would just open this, pop off the back panels, and then we could get to it pretty easy. But, well, the latch does not work, so if I can't get it open from here, I'm gonna have to crawl across these, pop off those back panels with it closed, which I'm not sure how easy that'll be. That might be a pain. And then open it up from back there. Okay, guys, with some shaking, locking and unlocking it a few times, finally was able to get this guy to unlatch and open up. Thank God. That made my life so much easier. So I guess let's pop all this off, see what we can do about this back glass. Got this off. A bunch of the tabs had broke, but I was able to salvage what I could. Of course, here's this guy with my little bit of sound deadener to quiet down a little bit. Okay, we gotta pop out all these screws around here. So we'll do that and then see what we can see in here and hopefully figure out a way to get this fixed. All right, here is my problem, guys. Look at this. We broke the metal that these things are attached to. So it broke there, 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 and there. This guy, of course, needs to be all the way up for the window to be all the way up. But since it is not, well, that's our problem. So I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. I'll have to figure something out. Here are all the pieces of metal that just sheared right off, guys. Crazy. I'm going to guess this thing was just flexing a lot back and forth and just weakened up all this little points that just broke right off. Okay, I had these little extra battery terminals. Of course, they were flat, but I bent them just right. So that way I could basically stick that right there, tighten that down. I think at least for now, that'll kind of hold me in place. I also could drill a hole through there and mount that right there as an extra sort of mount if I wanted to. So if I feel like I need to, I might do that. Okay, this is by no means perfect, but that should hold the window in place for now. Good enough so I can drive around, go to work, do all the stuff I normally do. Okay, I'm going to test this out just by closing it, making sure it'll actually open up on its own. Easy enough. Closed good. A little stiff, but seems to work. Hey, that'll do. All right, guys, fortunately that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. So thankful for that. We are back in business now, which is great. I can get to work without having my window half cracked. All right, going to show y'all some clips of all the demos I gave. Again, gave out an absolute ton, and I got a ton, so all those clips will be here. Check them out. Also, super sneak peek about something. This is, of course, a ZV6 95-pound monster sub with a monster motor. Whew. And this is an EM Audio Super Team 12, the biggest 12-inch sub on the market. Y'all, it is 6 in the morning. It is 28 degrees out right now. I'm headed down to Ruckus. I know you can't see anything back there because, y'all, it is still dark as can be, but see you down there.
That's not me. Yeah.
This is a coil. So what size is this?
4-inch wound height.
4-inch? That's wild. Broke my glass. It's all right. Also, we broke this. Won't open, but what you gonna do?